Hi, my name is Swani, and at this time I will be making a video. And for this I will have a list of questions that I will be answering while doing it. So the first question is, do you think technology makes it easier for people to keep in touch? Why? Well, nowadays technology is something that we cannot avoid. And I can say that everything goes around technology. So the answer for this question is yes. For most people and also for me, the technology is a way to keep in touch. The three reasons that I find is that first, it lets you to share lots of information with many people just with writing a message or doing a video. The other reason is that for people that needs to be connected with others that are far from them, the internet lets them to do it because now it's possible. And the third reason is that you can be connected with a big community of people and know what is going on around the world. But at the same time, this is a kind of discussion topic for me because while technology makes it easier for people to keep in touch, it also limits that people are connected and live real moments. I say this because for me it's really horrible and sad to see how a group of friends or a family are together, but at the same time they don't talk because they are in a cell phone. Second question, which devices do you use to keep in touch with your relatives and friends? In my case, I just use my cell phone because I think that the cell phone is the faster and easier way to be connected with my friends and family. And I say this because in a cell phone you can make phone calls but also just text. So for me it is easier to use the cell phone for connecting and being communicate. Third question, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using internet? I will answer this question in two parts. First, advantages. And I think that the most known advantage is that it can help us to keep in contact, to be always in communication, and it helps us to be linked with many people. But for me, the main advantage of using internet is that it improves our knowledge. If we use internet in a good way, we can improve our capacity. And I say this because obviously the using of internet can help us just with searching or investigate to know the future things that are happening in the world. And talking about the disadvantages, or in the other hand, we can say that using internet also can slow our development. And this is because sometimes our brain is really used to have the things really faster, and the internet makes it for us because it helps us just to, with a click or with searching, have everything solved. And also another disadvantage is that at the same time it can make us to be disconnected because we lost our lives or we lost our time in things around the internet and let other important things like sharing in real moments with real people because we decided to use internet. Another question, do you think children need cell phones? This is a question that makes me enter in a discussion again because I think that is a question that cannot be answered with a yes or no. But in my opinion, children don't really need a cell phone because I think that the children's brain is just in development. And as many people say, children are like sponges and they are absorbing everything, they watch everything that they see. And while using a cell phone, children can find with many things and many content that is not appropriate for them ages. So I think that in my case, I will say that is not a necessity for children to have a cell phone. But at the same time, it is a decision from parents. But if you decide to give a children or a little kid a cell phone, you should be controlling what they watch, what they search, and also the parents should regulate and control the time the children spend using the cell phone. So in my case, I think that is a question that I am answering with my own experience, because I received my first cell phone last year when I got 18 years. So I think that this is a year or an age that you can now control and know how to use your time while doing a cell phone and what you should watch or not. But children actually can know what is good or bad for them. So the answering is like a middle answer. Okay, and for finishing the video, I will answer a question that I decided to combine because they are two questions, but I will answer just like in one question. And it is, in what ways does technology interfere with your leisure or work time, and what do you do to balance it? My answer is that actually I think that cell phone and technology and also the internet can be big distractors, but maybe not the cell phone and technology in general, but the apps and also the social medias, they can specifically consume most of your time. So of course I think that technology can interfere with your leisure and work time, and it can steal most of your time because in some cases you lost your time just watching videos and having fun with your cell phone and answering messages, and it can interfere in important things like studying or even working. So what I do to avoid this thing happen to me is that when I'm going to do a chore that needs all my concentration, I decided in the case of my cell phone, I turn it on or I make it get silence, and also I decide to let everything about technology out of reach. In that way, I get concentrated in what I'm doing, and just if I have a break, I use my cell phone or the technology devices to do a thing, but just for a moment. And for this case, I want to let a reflection. I think that technology is not a bad thing. Obviously, it's something that we cannot avoid to use. We should use it. But at the same time, it has its pros, it has its cons. So we need to control the way of using it. And I was thinking about a phrase that I can say, and is, we should use the cell phone and technology, but we shouldn't let the cell phone and technology to use us. So this is everything for my video. I hope you enjoy this topic and see you next time.